Uh, damn it. There we go. All right, thank you. I don't know, my internet just fucking disconnected. Hang on, Ia's asking. Yeah, Twitch is trying to hide fucking tri I guess Twitch is trying to hide fucking trans rabbit or something. I don't know. Anyway, um I swear to God, I'm gonna be filled with so many VODs. Half of my VODs are just gonna be like the first 20 minutes or so of a stream, and then the rest of it's gonna be like the actual stream itself, and I have no idea how I'm going to like manage it or like deal with it when I download VODs, but that's a problem for another day. Oh yeah, I'll stitch them together once I learn how to do that. But anyway, no more angry. Back. All right, so this is pretty fucking cut and dry, I would think. There are still some people who are like doubting it, in which case I question those people's comprehension of most things. Because when I look at when I look at the fact that in the show, the character gets a bow and their Ribbit says, "Your secret is safe with me." Plus, they play the song "Isn't She Lovely," which was a drama all of its own. Plus, all of the other subtle references throughout the series. Plus, this whole thing. I think it's pretty cut and dry. That's just me though. But either way, so in honor of that, I am going to be making my own version. Now, I wasn't feeling the best at the time, so my friend Sheet let me use his bass. I'm going to full credit to him for coming up with or for creating the original bass. I'm not going to claim ownership whatsoever of this bass. Um, what I'm instead going to do is I am going to basically add on top of it. I'll probably quote his original one and like, you know, because I don't want to like take credit for something that I didn't fully create. So hopefully I'm sure that makes sense. I did try to like come up with my own eyes, but they really don't look as good, I don't think. Let's see. Oh, also I should say, um, yeah, it's a lot more solid than that. But I noticed before some of you said you were curious how Heroforge works. So consider this. Yeah, well, if you look at so the thing about Jax's eyes, and Unc, you wouldn't know this because you don't watch The Amazing Digital Circus. His pupils, or I'm sorry, her pupils are actually square. So, and she's got the Sans bean mouth syndrome, where every time she speaks, it only moves like the bean mouth thing. She only opened her mouth like a couple times. But yeah, she does have a fucking, looks fucking psychotic. Honestly, she kind of looks psychotic, with those kinds of eyes. So yeah, just consider this to be more of like adding to a base that's already there. So yeah, that being said, right now, so I'll just do a quick rundown for those who are unfamiliar with how Heroforge works. Heroforge is a free, well, semi-free, online character creator program. Oh yeah, yeah, listen to Ia, she's smart. So Heroforge has like a Pro subscription and a premium, but I use Pro. Heroforge lets you design like 3D miniatures for like tabletop games and whatnot. Yes, I am very intelligent. But outside of that, you can also use it as an art platform. So the way it works is it has all these different menus. You can start with a species. And I'm gonna move myself a little bit over here. I do not know how to flip. Anyway, reacting to chat. Um, there's all these. They like the presets of like the anatomy and whatnot. Then you have heads. And the heads are, they're like, they're what you think they are. All the presets. Now, within this, you can edit, Now, depending on the face you choose, there are more options to, like, edit and, like, because there was a whole update for facial customization. You might notice that there is no option for this one because there is no head. Anyway, beyond that, okay, but if I were, for instance, there's an alien head somewhere in here. Yeah, there we go. You would have all these options. A forehead, not forehead. Upper head, all these various options, eyebrows, eyes, nose, mouth, cheeks, chin. Difference with all of those. Yeah, the skeleton inside you. Inside you there are two wolves. I'm not gonna finish that joke. But beyond that, after you've got your head figured out, you have the body. Now the body is, well, the body it's got all sorts of options as well. Some of them are better than others. Like I see some, ape folk. Those were a whole thing and a half. Fungrel. Where are the frog? Where's the doomed frog body type? Weird. I guess it's not here. Okay, so you might wonder here. Okay, a little bit of Heroforge backstory. You know, honestly, Ia plus Wolf is a combination that I didn't expect I would ever see, but I feel like it actually kind of works. Not like romantic pairing or anything, but like general interaction type. Meat mech feels very much like a wolf thing to say. But okay, I guess I'll share my favorite version of the that there are two wolves meme is it's like furry hentai that I saw once, like meme, where it's inside you there are two wolves, one in your mouth, one in your ass. You are being dicked. You know, typical internet stuff. Things that you discover on Blue Sky and the wider internet as a whole. The classic, like, what? Eiffel Tower? Weird. Anyway, so Heroforge backstory. That if you see this, one of this icon near any of the heads, or like any part actually, it's on these ones as well. Um, you might be wondering what those are. So those were from what is possibly Heroforge's biggest ever controversy or drama. Does she know? She does not know. Um, so basically, they did Heroforge often does collaborations with other people or like other like fantasy project type things in order to get like new assets, so they can add more of them to the store, or not the store, the site. Now, Daggerheart collaboration was one of them, but unlike in other times, um, these were paid DLC, which was a problem because people who paid for pro and premium subscriptions already pay a price every month with the expectation that any new material that is released is going to be free. Not to mention the price of each, it was not like a whole overall bundle. It was not like one price for all three bundles of items. And it was a lot of items. Well, in total. The problem was some of the bundles had more. Actually, let me look this up. Let me see if I can look it up. Let's see. Okay, so what we have here. So there were the three factions. So every one of the factions came with a certain amount of items. These were the ribbits, which are frog people. You can count how many items there were here. Oh, I thought I had stream mode on. Oh well, who cares? So so this is the frog people. This is the monkey folk, the simia, and then the fungril. Now, do you see the problem? Look at this. Look at this. This many items. And then this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all of these DLC were the same price. They were all the same. They were $8. Yes, all of them were $8. And remember, it was not $8 for all of the items. It was $8 per package. Now that was fucking awful. People hated it, and for good reason. Monkey. Yeah, they did not consult Uguay when making that decision. I don't know why either. It feels like, monkey folk, you could do a whole lot with them. And people were mad because the quality of these items is honestly really good. Like, this is a lot of stuff. And it was super high quality as well. Now, granted, it was very specific, but I have found ways to utilize these assets, and so have a lot of other people. For instance, this part is very good for certain risque models. I will let you guys guess how it can be used for such. But regardless of that, and at the time, they hadn't really released a whole lot of high quality, they add content every Tuesday or so, Treasure Tuesday, and the stuff they'd been releasing wasn't super high quality, I guess. Basically, they'd been drip feeding because it seemed like they had banked on, this being a huge seller. So they put all the effort into these. Which was not smart. So it spawned this absolute... Here, I'll show you, actually. It showed an absolute... Or it caused an absolute uproar. Oh. This was just... I was checking in the library earlier, and it caused this. Alright, so... Oh, this is the community library, by the way. If you have Heroforge Pro, you have access to kit bashing. It also gives you access to the community library. Oh. Yes. There's a lot of really good Oh, Coco! Coco Noco is also on Blue Sky. You'll recognize some figures on here. Doll Comic is also Doll Blank on Blue Sky. Oh, that's not Galley, but that's Galley. Yeah, there we go. That's Galley. Galley is also on Blue Sky, and all these people are really cool. You should all go check them out. Their channels, their profiles. I follow all of them. So it spawned, there was a huge no DLC thing. All of these were made in response to the Daggerheart collaboration. Now, there's a lot of these that are simple, and there's others that are really cool, honestly. Oh, there was one that I passed over because this absolute gooper made a dominatrix. And I gotta say, it's actually kind of impressive. I have not seen that many Cruella de Vil fur coats at that level. That is impressive work. And if I'm not mistaken, these are all... What are those? What parts? Okay, so there's that. Actually, no, I can just do that. Now I can do this because something unique about Heroforge is that once you upload something onto the community library, it's basically free for anyone to use. Wait, what the? Oh, I didn't know that that was too. Oh yeah, that's a common strategy of using. Wait a minute, those aren't kit bashed. Merging two bodies was a very common tactic people used before the introduction of kit bashing. Um, no. You can increase the. You can. My God, my thing's gonna get. I'm very glad I decided to go through with making this like a 18 plus. That would be very questionable. But anyway, you can adjust the color. It's leather apparently. You can adjust like the shine, various options on any given color. But so I think I figured out what they did. Hold on. Yep, there it is. They used the back arms extra options and used tails to create the coat. That's actually very clever. Now, not just that, this person also made this version with a GIMP. They made a GIMP version for like smaller, I guess. It was kind of awkward, not gonna lie, but yeah, anyway. So I've gone very far off topic. But let me find a couple more. This was like a moment in Heroforge history. Oh, this one looks impressive. Bruh. Master Chief. That's crazy lettering work. Holy shit. Um, how much percent was this? Only 53%. That's kind of wild, not gonna lie. And so you could go into the photo booth and see how it achieved that effect. Hello, Uzi. Welcome to the stream. All right. So beyond that, okay, that's everything there. Now back to Jax. So just to conclude, Heroforge decided to make the Daggerheart stuff free, which helped a lot, and they have never done something like that again, which honestly I'm glad for. People were mass canceling their subscriptions, which was, I would say, a pretty good call to make. So yeah, but regardless of that, I am going to now, I'm just gonna work with this with Sheets Jack's model, see if I can adjust it a little bit. Once again, full credit to Holy Sheets. Let me see if I can flip this easy. Nope. Nothing can be simple. So the way kit bashing works is kit bashing basically gives me access to every item on Heroforge to use freely. All right. It is a pro and premium thing. You have to have the levels of accounts in order to be able to use it. That in itself is a huge controversy and still an active like talking point or argument within the community in the Discord server. I am of the opinion that honestly, I feel like it's okay that kit bashing is restricted to the higher up tiers of payment, or like the non-free account, because it's a pro subscription. If it was premium only, that would suck because that's like $14 a month. But premium also gives you a bunch of other benefits and whatnot. I don't know. Most of those are related to printing minis. Yeah, so the way it works is that um all of this, so the way here, let me do something in kit bashing. So crab claw. That it would be impossible without kit bashing. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about how the basics of kit bashing work, or the basics of Heroforge. So in Heroforge, you have the heads and stuff like the options. You've got the bodies, various shapes, poses. You can adjust the size and whatnot. You've got like the wings, the add-ons, tails, extras, clothing. The way, so and everything has to work with presets. Well, not entirely presets. You can make, you can make your own outfit, but like you can't put two pairs of pants on at once. You can have one option of this, one option of this, and one option of this. Same with this. You can have shoes and you can have socks. When it comes to gear, you can have one item in each hand, one thing on each side. You can have one of these on the back, as well as two items max on the back, but they will stack on top of each other, like so. Rings, various piercings and whatnot. And the poses especially, like those. Now, the thing about kit bashing will let you, so you can adjust the arms and stuff, but without kit bashing, you cannot change the legs. You can only change like positions like that. So leg presets, if you look at my old Oil Pit Madness stuff, you will see that a lot of the poses were kind of like static and reused in a sense, because you only have this many poses, which granted is a lot, and you can do a lot with this many, but for the most part, it's still kind of limiting. And this is a problem that still exists, and many people have asked for more like base presets, but kit bashing will let you, it adds bones to the model everywhere, bones that let you adjust poses like that. Oh, hold on. So yeah, this head is made from kitbash parts. Yeah, so kitbashing lets you add other features, and everything has like a percentage of like, you know, how much processing. Because Heroforge is not an app, Heroforge is entirely web-based, and they have no plans on making it an app. So everything they make has to accommodate the fact that it is meant to be supported by a browser. For better or worse. Well, they called it kit bashing because previously everything was limited to like the amount of presets that I previously mentioned. But with kit, they call it kit bashing because it basically let you freely use the assets however you wanted, which I guess is how regular kit bashing works anyway. Um, so beyond that, all right, I should probably get on with actually making the thing. So I've just been, you know, flipping the eyes around because that makes them look a little better. I hope Sheet doesn't mind how heavily I'm using his base model. He said he wanted to update it anyways. Yeah. But from there, I want to create somewhat of my own representation of this Jax. Still think it's impressive how he managed to do this. Alright, so that being said, the first thing to do, let me see if I can shrink that just a little bit. Normally I'm a bit like, I'm a bit like more on top of making my own stuff, but he let me borrow it. Plus, it's a rather complex shape, and I really haven't been the most motivated as of late. But hopefully now that I'm starting a new medication, it should be a bit better. I think anyway. Let's see. Alright, now we got hair. Hair, is an interesting... Honestly, I don't know if it would be better for them to just make Heroforge into a, make it into like a browser, or no, make it an app. I don't know if that would like free them up of a bunch of stuff that they could do, but who knows? I'm not very good at this whole all these technical things. So let's see what hair to use. There's this one. I guess that could work. All right. Now the fun part. Figuring out how the hell to accommodate this head shape. All right, hang on. All right, yeah, that's fair. I guess that makes sense. All right, let's see if this works. Well, I don't have to follow the picture perfectly. I'm just trying to like figure out how I want mine to look, if that makes sense. Hmm. God, usually I don't make all of the hair using kit bashing, but it looks like I will have to. So now, you will find out that horns are actually very useful as hair in Heroforge. Let me demonstrate. What in Sam? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, nothing. Alright, perfect. Oh yeah, I did tell you, Ia. Alright, let's see. There, alright, we got, hold on. Thicker one. and a more thin one. All right, there we go. Moving that over here. All right, that works well enough. Oh yeah, I need to figure out that auto mod situation. It can be a little overbearing sometimes. Sorry about that, Wolf. Okay, I'm gonna go with black hair. There we go. Yeah, for sure. What they can't comprehend. All right. Actually, let me do another one. All right. Just adjust that. Yeah, probably. That was good. That's the author's the show creator's decision, not mine. I probably could have used a better piece, but I'm sure it's okay. That'll do. Hang on. Yep, indeed. So, how's everyone been doing? Everyone been doing so far? I know it's been a little bit since I streamed last. I posted that schedule on Blue Sky, but I didn't really follow it super well, but that's okay. I'm still getting used to all this. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, so now making sure. Alright, I think that's pretty good on the hair. Now, the bow. Probably the most important part of all of this. It's kind of funny when you think about it, like the butterfly, someone pointed out the butterfly effect of if Kaufmo hadn't knocked on the door, on Ribbit's door at that moment, um, it's entirely possible that Jax would have never, like, tried to go back on everything she talked about and, wouldn't have turned into a massive asshole. That's just what, like, somebody pointed out. Which I think is kind of funny. It feels like a little bit of a way of saying, you know, it's all Kathmo's fault, but I mean, he didn't know. Nobody else knew what was going on in that room. Nice. I should play. I had played Darktide a bit ago, but I stopped playing it yet again. Please work. Please work. Heroforge is like battling with clipping. Do you have to have like an acceptable amount of clipping? It depends on what you're making, though. Alright, that works out pretty well. Wait. Oh yeah, he did give it. Oppenheimer did give us SpongeBob. I almost forgot that part. Okay, now question. Do I make that? Okay, yeah, that hides well enough. Now, Goose had her wearing something like that. I wonder how this is going to look. Oh, not that bad at all. Cool. Ah, I might make a bow soon enough. I don't know. I have some more stuff. I have some more models I could share. I have some more artwork I should post soon enough. But yeah. Anyway. I mean, it is an option. I don't know. I've never seen someone like use it on an actual character, but I guess if you wanted to, it's certainly there. Hold on. There we go. That's good enough. I think, anyway. Oh, wow. Yeah, Disney, I think, has a history of using things that don't belong to them. All right, let's see if I can find. Perfect. All right. I think this is turning out pretty well. Now, the fun part. Clothing. There is one option off the gate that's pretty fitting. That being this. And once again, I don't have to perfectly match. What are other people's renditions doing for like the hands, I wonder? No, nothing? All right, hold on. Oh, welcome, doll. I was just, I mentioned you earlier on stream. All right, everyone, this is Doll. They're in the thing right now. They're in the chat right now. Yeah, we were just, in case you are joining in just now, I am using Holy Sheet's Jax base to make the Gooseworks rendition of Jax. So that's just what I'm doing for right now. It's 3:36. We have plans to leave at like 5. So I still got plenty of time. But for this, I want to do a little something. Hang on. Gloves. I can do gloves. All right. Now, problem about that is there's that section there, but don't worry, I have the power of kit bashing. I hope I can deal with this. It's going to be very annoying if I can't. Hold on. I have a better idea. I have an idea. Hey, Doll, actually, since you're in chat, do you think rings would work in this situation? I have a fellow professional hero forger. You think rings might work? Trying to cover up this gap in the arm. Might not be perfect, but it's fine. Oh yeah, that works out. That looks pretty well. Hang on, let's test. Let's make sure it poses right. Shit. Where is right arm? I want that to be there so I can do this. Yeah, I know, Wolf. I've been thinking of doing that with Audrey's model. I just need the time and the motivation to do it. Okay, I want to see if I can make some form of stripe. It's going to be a little tricky now with those. Oh yeah, this is going to be janky as hell, but oh well. Small price and all that. Yeah, probably because I don't do art enough anymore. I haven't been doing it very often, so I probably should, to be honest. Uh, Hopefully with like the new medication I'm taking, I'm a lot more focused. Hopefully that helps. Wait a minute. I'm a genius. I know what to do. I know how to fix this. I love engineering my solutions. Fair. Um, oh wait, hold on. That's not how that was supposed to go. There. All right. We got that there. Then there's another one. How to deal with this one. From the bottom instead of the top. You might be right. Hang on. Oh well, that works well enough. Let's see. All right, that works out pretty well, I think. I'm actually really proud of this. I think it came out well. Um, Indeed, it did. I'm kind of surprised by how well it turns out. It's all a little tricky. Now, on to this part. Hmm. Yeah, alright. Hang on. What would be a good... She doesn't exactly have shoes, so... Hang on, let me adjust something real quick. I don't know if fishnets are the best idea. True, yeah, I guess that could also work. Where is it on the other one? Hmm. Should probably make them smaller. Great, perfect. Now, I think I finally have everything. I just need the pose. Yep, alright, perfect. Oh god, this mess. There we go. Eventually you'll learn how to navigate. Sorry, I haven't really been talking much. Alright, perfect. I can't for the life of me tell what this extra joint is for. I guess the knee, but then there's also this. There. Mm. Ah, alright, fair enough. I don't know if that's like... I'm trying to make it look like our legs are kind of crossed. Don't know if it's conveying that very well. No, this is silly. Oh, there we go. There, perfect. Perfect. Alright, I think that will be it. Wait, I feel like mismatched sock length would be a good option. What do we think, guys? Absolute territory? Like what? What do you mean? Oh, that's actually a good idea, Dollblink. Could try something like this. Maybe something like this? This is the most I've actually done working with skirts, to be honest. Alright, let's see what I can do about the bunched up. So, Wolf, what do you think of Heroforge? Or everyone, actually, what does everyone think of Heroforge? I do actually have a lot. I still have a lot of classic models. I think like before I had access to kit bashing. I might show those off sometime. I think I have plenty of them still. Is that like does that look like a good like bunched up sock? I appreciate you guys saying that though. One of my big things has always been people ask me why I don't switch over to like Blender or whatever, and I like doing it because um honestly, I like showing what Heroforge can do, and it's a good way of I feel like it's a good way of like showing off the capabilities of the website. The seat band, wait, sweatband. Mm, nah. Aw, thank you. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Why can't you just be normal? Which one looked better? I think that looks fine enough. Where's the leg? Oh, right leg. I think this was. I think this looks pretty good. Wait, hold on. I'm forgetting something. Yep, of course. Can't forget that part. See what we can do. Should I do more Heroforge streams? I definitely like showing people what can be done with it. Um, it's a big part of why I'm a big advocate for the idea that Heroforge should be seen as like a legitimate art platform. Of course. This is like the most complex I've been making. Oh, wow. Damn. I guess I am kind of dominating the category. I don't know. The tail doesn't really do it for me. I guess I can go back to my go-to, these. Oh, wow. Hello, amazing digital circus fan Pomni. I appreciate you coming in. I'm just putting the finishing touches on my Jax model based off of Gooseworks' art and a friend's model as the basis. They're a little hard to see though. Is that like a good position for them? Indeed, yes. Damn, I'm actually really proud of this. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna try something. Never mind, I don't want to try it. This this little piece right here, the sphere earring, is the most useful piece in all of Heroforge, and I am not fucking with you. It is actually ridiculous how useful it is. I will have to get into that in like a later stream, but I will show you guys how useful this piece is. You may not think about it, you may not realize it, but it is. Doll, I'm pretty sure you can back me up on that. I fucking cooked with that. My day is going pretty good. Um, we're going to be going out to eat pretty soon, and I've just been working on this. I've been very proud of it, actually. I'm kind of, to be honest, I kind of wish I would have created my own, like, completely original head sculpt, because I really want to call this my work, but I can't fully call it my work because this is using Holy Sheet's base. So in my mind, it's not my work because I'm using somebody else's base to do it. It's the same reason why I was Wolf, if you remember the whole during the managed sensation, I ended up making my own like Helldiver background models because I felt like it wasn't fully my work since I had used somebody else's in the background or as like part of the background. True. I mean, actually, at this point, why don't I just do it? I could just make a version. Um, the body proportions aren't too bad. Hmm. All right. Well, I mean, as long I okay, how do I want to do this? Okay, he used what did he use for those? Okay, he used the coin things. Or no, what are those? He used wedding bands. All right. Cool. I used the wedding bands on my on the Cephalopodra's tentacle suction cup models as well. Alright, those look pretty good. Okay. Alright, I have decided I'm just gonna make my own. So to do this, I need... That looks pretty good. Let me see. Okay. Ship of Theseus situation. If I take Holy Sheet's model and I add a bunch of stuff to it and I take away the pupils and then take away certain other parts, at what point does it become mine? I still think it's just really cool how he was able to achieve this. One of these pupils is larger than the other. Yeah, okay, so about the eyes. So the craziest part, and I don't know how the fuck he figured this out, but people seem to be able to. The eye is just a half sphere, and then the pupil is another half sphere. There's a lot of really weird texture interactions. And the dilation or retraction of the pupils is just brought from moving the half sphere in and out a little bit more. Now, my original idea, yeah, it's not a texture. Hang on, now my original idea, if you guys saw at the very beginning, was to use something like this as like a stand-in for the pupil, but as you probably saw, it did not work out super well. that's part of the problem. I should save. I haven't saved in a while. And as we all know from Jane Signalis, if if it's not documented, it didn't happen. I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. I don't like it as much, even if it's my own design. Now, another thing that sucks about the quarter pipes is that they're very annoying to work with because they don't stretch properly. They stretch like that. You know, another really simple solution to this problem is to just not have that mindset. And I can just say that, you know, I used his as a base, but then this is my model, or I used aspects of his model. Because the whole point of Heroforge is, you know, the sharing of ideas and stuff. Anyways, I realized I actually have to... I actually think we have to go soon. So, I'm gonna call this. How about, I do another one soon that's like a continuation of making femjacks, because I got way more invested in this than I ever anticipated I would. Oh, you bunny, you. So, yeah, all right, I'm saving my work here. We're gonna be going out somewhere, but we also have to drop something off. We have to drop off a dog. all that stuff. So anyway, I'm going to save. Come on. Oh, not like this. Chat, you already saw me save it, right? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, thank God. All right, perfect. All right, thank you. Well, hang on. All right. So, I appreciate all of you coming. It's been a very nice stream. Yeah. So I will have to post my schedule pretty soon. I do not have nearly as busy of a week this week as I did last week, but I'm going to be working a lot earlier on the days that I do have work. But overall, should be pretty good. I will save off on working on this model until the next time I can stream. And in the meantime, I look forward to seeing all of you again soon. Um, you know, see you when the doors open up. Take care. Oh, wait a minute. Before we go, let's raid somebody. Before we leave, let's raid. All right, everyone. Let's go to Pankraru.
To rock. It went to the other screen and hit the button to dispense chicken.
Oh, hang on, we just got a raid.
Hank, Cephalopodry is raiding you.
Cephalopodry, welcome on in. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. My name is Pank. I'm a little pink squid on the internet, and we are doing some SCP Spooky Sunday. We've got Attic Monster, we've got Mayan, we've got Canudo, we've got Mental, and we've got Madam Universe here. We're going through SCPs tonight, and the theme for tonight's SCPs are heartwarming/nice. We're currently learning about SCP-5031, who is a horrible monster that you can't look at or perceive, that is very violent, but is slowly being de-stressified with rotisserie chicken and bowling balls.
I mean, that's how I do it.
Congratulations on your 125 streak, Ross. Very nice.
Cephalopodry is also an amazing name.
It is, right?
Holy shit.
It is.
That kicks ass.
So Cephalopodry is the only other legally distinctling on Twitch. They're actually a Pank OC universe character, which is fucking wild. I got my first OC, fucking Cephalopodry. Hell yeah.
That's cool.
Hoggers.
Kinda, yeah. Close enough.
Yogers.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are
All
pretty
right.
cool.
Test 3. Screen displays and materials were dispensed, were swapped back to their original positions, and set to swap again at random intervals after first distribution. 5031 went directly to the button next to the image of a chicken. Experienced apparent confusion after the first mid-distribution swap, but quickly learned to watch the images.